Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm so fidgety today. um, it's Monday, and I graduate on Friday, so I have my brain is mush. I graduate with my AA on Friday, so it's been a long time coming. I have a lot of stuff to unhaul. One of which is the book from this class I just took, and there's no way I'm keeping this in my life. I hate it so much. Um, anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm just my brain's just kind of it's all over the place, and I think you can kind of tell a little bit, this and this one over here. I'm just like my face is so broke out because I'm so stressed. But I just finished my last paper, my last assignment, and I haven't turned it in yet because I want to get it edited by my dad before I turn it in. But I just, uh, I'm so done. Um, I've been done for a little while. The senioritis hit really hard 2 weeks ago. Anyway, let's get into this video, which is a unhaul. I'm the kind of person who usually just like after I read a book and for some reason I bought it and I don't like it, I just get rid of it. I donate it to my library. Um, but I'm moving to Idaho. I'm in Washington right now, but I'm moving to Idaho for school in September, and I'm taking not most of my stuff, but a lot of my stuff with me. Um, and so I'm just this summer I'm gonna be trying to go through all the books on my TBR and just getting rid of stuff I don't want anymore because like all of these they're books that I just absolutely loved and I want to keep it that way, and I have a bookshelf over here that is mostly full of books I haven't read. I do have a shelf that I have read, and I have some books out there, and I want to get rid of the stuff that I bought to fill my shelves when a couple of years ago, and I just don't need them. Don't know why I bought them. There's a couple different categories. Right now, most of these aren't controversial or anything. They're just, why did you buy that anyway? Which I know. Thank you. I know. Um, but there's gonna be a couple unhauls on this channel throughout the summer. Just like after I finish reading stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need that. You can go. So yeah, let's just start, I guess. So the first one, most of these still have their tags on it from when I bought them from used bookstore, half price books. So the first one is Frostfire by Amanda Hawking. I've held on to this for so long, so I'm like, you're gonna read it. Like, I mean, you're kind of interested in it, and I'm not really all that interested in it. But I keep telling myself I am, and at this point, I'm just like, you're not gonna read it. You're not. So just get rid of it. So I am. This next one, I was in the after I read Cruel Prince. I was really by Holly Black. I was really in the mood for a different kind of fairy story. I really like reading about fairies, and so I wanted a fairy story. And so I went to Half Price Books and found a 25-cent one called The Mirror Prince by Violet Milan. And I don't know. I kind of thought I would read it, but I don't think I really want to. I don't know. I just don't think I ever will. I'm not really in the mood for it, and there's just so many other things I want to read, which is the case of pretty much all of these. I also bought two other books at the same time that were about fairies, and then when I got home, I looked them up. Well, actually, a couple months later, I looked them up, and it was like book 6 in a series, and the other one was like book 9, and I was like, never mind. What was I thinking? This next one is probably the most controversial one I think I have on this pile, or the most known one anyway, and it's The Air by Kira Cass. I am trash for the first three in the series, as a lot of people that like the series are, but I bought this one for 16 bucks. Kind of regretted it after I read it. It's just very nothing, like stuff happens but not really, and it's not the sequel that I would have wanted if we got a sequel to the series, and I'll never read the next one. I have all of the other books in the series other than the last one because I was like, no, I'm not reading the last one. I don't like it, even though I haven't read it. Anyway, so I'm just it's time to get rid of it. I'm gonna keep the other series though. at least for a while. Um, this next one, I don't. I might hang on to it, but I really don't think so. And it's Les Mis by Victor Hugo. I love the musical, but most of what I love about the story is the songs. And like I kind of want to read the story, but also not really. And if I do, I'm just gonna get it from my library and read it there because that'll actually like force me to read it. Because I'll be like, oh, it's due back soon, should read it. But there's some by owning them, I'm never gonna want to read them. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. The next one I have is The Time Traveler's Wife, and this was actually really good. And I considered not getting rid of it. Actually, I bought it twice because the first one I got scribbled in by my nephew, and so I got rid of that one, and it was a hardback. Um, but this one, like I specifically bought so I could have it, and now I'm like, I read it already, so I don't know. It's really good, and I definitely recommend it. But I just don't see myself reading it twice, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This next one actually might be controversial. I'll just show it. It's Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I actually really enjoyed this one. I wanted to have a copy of it, and I got it for I think it was like $1 from my library because they were having a book sale. And it's in really good condition. Um, but I don't see myself ever reading it again, and I don't really see like I don't most of the time if I'm not gonna read it again, I don't really want to own it. I've almost unhauled this like twice and then kept it, but I really do think I'm gonna get rid of it now. It's time. This next one is Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. I really thought I would love this, and the fact that it's so hard to find, I was really obsessed with owning a copy. I have another copy somewhere because I got two, but I might have unhauled the other one already. I don't know. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be, and her short, I don't know, her. I love Fangirl and I love Carry On, but her short stories that I've read, they just don't seem to have a point. They're just kind of like they kind of feel like excerpts from another story that she could have written. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I'm nah. Um, the next one is no. I'm gonna save that one for last. This next one is Through to You by Lauren Barnhold. This was actually really good. Um, and I've owned it for a really long time. It's a really cute contemporary story that no one ever talks about, and I definitely recommend it. It's about this girl and this guy who loves baseball, and I don't know. It was cute when I read it, but I don't think I'll ever read it again. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it for if you enjoy those stories. Next I have Now and Forever by Suzanne Colasanti. This was also really good, and it's kind of like that YA trope about this girl and her boyfriend gets famous, and it's her dealing with his fame and like feeling like my battery's about to die. Hold on. I'm not a big fan of editing, so I'm sorry I had to sit through that. But this was actually a lot of fun to read, and the plot. I thought the plot would be kind of predictable, but it actually shook it up. Shook up the trope a little bit. Okay. it it shook up the trope a little bit. It was good, but yeah, I'll never read it again. And then these last ones. No, I'll get this one out of the way. This is the philosophy book for the class that I'm currently taking that I have just finished, but I have to turn in that last paper for. But yeah, I never want to look at this again. I just looked at it, but okay. The next two are the final two that I have, and they're more controversial than the other ones. Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I liked it when it came out. I read it right after reading Fangirl though, and Fangirl was 5 stars, and then I read this and I was like, so I've never really been a huge fan of this book, so it's not like a huge deal to give it away. But I'm never gonna reread it, and I always thought like, oh, when I go to France, I'll reread it and be like, oh, memories. But I'm not gonna do that. I'll read something else when I'm in France. And then finally, Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I have Sticks of Crows and Crooked Kingdom right over here. No, those aren't leaving. I love the duology. But this, like I read this one, and I own it. And I read the 2 other ones in this trilogy and got them from the library. And I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm glad I read them, not because of the story or the plot or anything like that, but because of Nikolai, because that's the first time in a long time that I've read something and been like, oh, new book, boyfriend. It's been a long time, and so reading this, I was glad for that, but it was so much slower than I thought it would be, and there's just, these 2 are packed so much with world building, and this one really wasn't, and so that was kind of irritating. But I never want to read these 3 again. I mean, like, I would hold on to it if I didn't know that Nikolai was getting his own book, own series, whatever. But because I know he is, no, and we don't even know him in this one, so I'm like, fine enough for me. I don't know. I just, no thanks. Alright, so that's all the books I have so far. I mean, you can see, like, I have, you can't kind of see, but, like, I have these I need to go through and read, and these I need to go through and read, and those up there I need to go through and read, and those down there that I need to go down and read, and those are, like, the ones down there you can't see, they're double stacked. So I have a lot of books that I own that I need to go through that will be leaving at some point, because I don't really want to pack them up and then go through them in 2, 3, 4 years and be like, oh, great, I could have gotten rid of that years ago. So trying to save myself the trouble by, stressing out and reading them all now. It's great. Anyway, have a good day. Bye.